Gene, you spent 27 years coaching continuously, as you mentioned. What have these last 4 months been like, not working?
It's been a time of reflection. I'm not one to dwell on the past and look at all the what ifs and things of that nature, but naturally I reflect. My job is to spend a lot of family time right now, come up with what our next, plan is in terms of, whatever that may be. But I spent a lot of quality time with my children and my wife, which I needed to do, and I still am doing, and I will continue to do. But I've also stayed busy, and I'm in a place right now where, again, I'm just kind of continuing to map out a plan, so to speak.
Because you're still in the community, what have the responses been with fans or anything?
Well, I mean, people have been very positive, and again, I just this is a great community, and that's why we chose to stay in.
Gene, can you talk about ESPN's coverage of this whole thing? Do you think it's been fair and ethical?
I don't want to single out one single entity, but I'm going to say this, Mark. I think it's the responsibility of any news agency or anybody that is going to be able to put something in writing or have something on the radio or put something on TV that could potentially be damaging to universities, groups of people, individuals that are unsubstantiated in nature. It's their responsibility, in my opinion, to do your work before you put out your product. If everybody in journalism was measured 12 times on a Saturday by what they wrote, what they put out, what was on TV, it'd be really interesting to see what their record would be, like coaches are. So I'm not going to point the finger at anybody. I'm only going to address what I think were false and unsubstantiated allegations. And again, I want to point out the fact that what Auburn did and what I'm suggesting is that we do everything based on facts and data, and I think it's undisputed.
Gene, help me to understand, since, as you say, these allegations that were aimed at you, and obviously the program, but you as an individual were so wrong and hurtful, as you said, why not seek any future legal action?
Look, I'm just here for truth. I don't need to, I don't need to go and, take people to court and, do things of that nature. I'm just here for truth, because it's very important that the integrity and the character that I have stood for in all my years of coaching, it's very important that the integrity and character is brought to the light, because the bottom line is that's what I've been known for 20 plus years. And I want to make sure that, again, it's an explosion of the truth.
But by not doing so, could you see where, as clearly that some of these statements, both by you and by Auburn, is addressing critics and cynics out there, who, particularly with the 2010 team, who believe that a Mississippi State problem continued here without those facts and whatnot, by coming up short of a legal action? Do you see it at all as perhaps allowing those to continue to think
No, I don't.
that?
Not at all. It's personal preference.
Gene, we all know kind of Gene, I'm sure Cam, every job interview he had before the draft, he had to talk about allegations, whatever the NCAA said, whatever you guys said. Do you feel like that's kind of an onus on, a burden on you now, that whether this stuff is substantiated or not, every time you go looking for a new job, that you're going to have to spend quite a bit of time talking about this?
It's not about me looking for a new job, John. It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because of what I just said. That it's important to me that the integrity and character of who I am, what I believe in, and what I stand for, that the truth is out there and brought to the forefront. That's it. It's not about me getting another job. Again, am I confident in my abilities as a football coach or whatever else is that I decide to do? Absolutely. But that's not what this is about.
Will you have a preference when that time does come for you to get back into coaching? Are you open to, obviously you've been a defense coordinator at, you know, a few places and you've got a lot of experience there. You've also been a head coach. Are you open to anything? You're wanting to go directly back into head coaching? What's your preference?
Again, you know, my representatives and myself, you know, we're working through a lot of these different questions and ideas. I can really say that the most accurate response to that is when we feel like the right opportunity presents itself, whatever that may be, you know, we'll talk through it and we'll look at it and we'll pursue it. And if the right opportunity doesn't present itself, obviously, then, you know, we'll look in another direction. So I can't pigeonhole myself into whether I want to be this, or this. Do I think that, again, I'm very confident in my abilities as a coach, both as a head coach and a defensive coordinator, absolutely. But I'm not going to, you know, say that I wouldn't do one versus wouldn't do the other. The right opportunity just has to present itself.
Also, has it been awkward for you, or has it strained a relationship, obviously doing ESPN work, that it was an ESPN story that came out? Has that strained a relationship with ESPN or been awkward at all?
Well, again, I'm not pinpointing anybody or any entity, you know. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to, you know, talk about what this person did or that person did or this person did or this entity did. I'm just simply here to bring to light what I think is the truth.